Alright, so we have this guy. Did I mule off? No. Is he full? Hopefully not. I don't want to start a run by muling. So I haven't played in like 2 days. I need to gamble. I also need to repair.
How may I help you?
Maybe 3 days? Something like that.
What you need?
So I'm going to gamble circlets, even though circlets cannot get 2 sockets in 1.07, which is the version I'm playing. I promised, well, I didn't promise. I said I would try to remember to do gear check at the beginning of each video. So you can pause the video and look at my items. And you can frame advance with dot, and you can frame advance backwards with comma. If you're on mobile, I don't know how to do it. And typically I'll try to gamble 4 circlets when I'm gambling to get rid of gold with this guy. He needs to be level 85 before I can wear Gladiator's Bane. So whenever he someday reaches 85 is probably when I will do the tutorial videos for racking. Oops, I missed a circlet. Because then I'll be racking anyway. I have a wire fleece rack already on one of my Amazons. Amazon is definitely not the ideal class to rack with, but it's what I have, so. Oops. You should probably use, oh right, I don't have to switch skills with this guy. Either a sorceress or maybe an assassin if you don't like sorceress. The sorceress has a summon and teleport. The assassin has a summon and burst of speed. I was not counting, so hopefully I got all of the corpses. On Sunday I was listening to music in the car on the way to my parents' house. So I listened to, because I don't have unlimited data, I just play one song on loop and then it like saves temporarily to my phone on YouTube. And I was listening to the Veronicas Forever 2009, I believe it was. So we'll look at this edge bow, but I won't keep it because I'm pretty sure I already have it. I've also been listening recently to, I think it's called like Tebez Legends Ziz Hardstyle Right version. So Sky Strike, this is a pretty decent weapon for level 28 for use in 1.07. The lightning damage helps a lot, the greatly increased attack speed helps a lot. The damage is not terrible. I either have several of it or I've thrown away several of it, one or the other. Ooh, I almost died. I might actually, when I get Gladiator's Bane, I'll probably see if I have any nice resistance jewels, which I don't think I do. Otherwise, I think I might just put an rune in it. The exploding potion I picked because it is a consumable for a, what's it called? Project Cube recipe. I was told, here's a big subject change, told at work today, actually told after work, my supervisor really likes calling and texting people while not at work, which is pretty annoying. Anyway, he told me that apparently I've been making a lot of what he calls minor mistakes, but so they're going to be checking my work so they stop getting, apparently they've been getting customer complaints. It's like, well, you haven't been telling me, so I don't know that I'm getting them. And if you tell me, then I will fix what's wrong. So, yeah, that's what's going to happen. And it comes from, he gives unrealistic expectations, I think, of how quickly we should be able to work and get the work done. What skill am I getting? Battle orders is maxed. That's probably 5. I don't want any more find item because I don't want it to get too cluttered. So I guess I could pick either natural resist or increased speed. Sure. But otherwise, you know, it's been going fine. I've just been... I wasn't too tired to make videos. On Monday, I watched Dungeons & Dragons stream, and so that was an intentional time-wasting activity, which makes it not time-wasting because it was intentional. So it was relaxing activity, or at least that's how I will qualify it. And then yesterday, Tuesday, did I pick up a bow? I was just like super lazy and did basically nothing. So, not ideal. I picked up the wrong thing.
Stay a while and listen.
Someone's probably gonna see that and be like, "You dropped that? That's like a really good circlet." And I'll be like, "Oh, my bad. Looked useless to me." Amulet. So, what else? Oh yeah, I haven't actually been eating much the last couple days. I don't know why.
Good to see you.
I've been drinking the milk, but like, I haven't really been eating much food. So I'll probably lose a little bit of weight, which is fine. I have weight to lose. I could probably lose another 20 pounds and still be perfectly fine. But I tried, so yesterday I made, maybe this is kind of why I was feeling bad yesterday and lazy and time wasting. I made several mistakes, and a couple of them were like kind of major. Did I hork? No. And the reason is it was my second day of not buying energy drink, and so I was just like feeling off, like really off. And so I went ahead and bought an energy drink. And then I stopped making major mistakes. So
Yes.
I guess those are going to stay in for now. And I'll just buy them in advance from the grocery store. And maybe like leave them at the shop rather than keeping them at home. So that, you know, if they're not at home, then I can't drink them at home. And then nobody else will take them at the shop. And my boss will be perfectly fine with me storing them there because he's seen the difference of me with it versus me without it. And he's like, man, you need to be drinking those.
I can't carry anymore.
Can't be making mistakes like that. Yeah, I know.
Good day.
So, otherwise, it's going fine. Like I wasn't, like I'm not in trouble or anything. At least not yet. If I don't improve, then I will be. But they still wouldn't fire me. They would just demote me, I guess. Which is not ideal. Anyway, I don't think that's likely, so it's not really a thing. I watched a couple of Artosis Cast videos, the CNSL 7, maybe? I think it's 7. Um, and I kind of like it. It's neat to see, um, like, not quite top tier pros. Because I watch ASL, and they have all the best of the best. And a lot of times I feel like they get stuck in a rut in their metagame.
Good day.
And the CSL, the people that are slightly lower, I think are a bit more creative and risky with their plays. And maybe that's why they're not the best of the best. Or maybe that's because the opponents at their level are not as good at countering less than perfect cheese or whatever. But I think it makes for some more interesting games, or maybe just a different type of interesting compared to the ASL. Of course, I do greatly enjoy the Tastosis cast of ASL, and here I only get Artosis, so that's definitely a drawback for it. I had to not change my tire, I had to get my tire repaired today. It was, I need a glove. So it had a screw in it and it was not holding air. So I took it to Discount Tire for a free tire repair. Imagine being a gaming channel. I'm not sponsored, right? But imagine being a gaming channel sponsored by Discount Tire. That would be crazy. Oh, I saw something that wasn't already on the
I
screen.
can't carry anymore.
Okay, I think I've seen everything, and I don't see anything. Oops, I need a glove. Heavy
Good
gloves.
day.
Good day.
I think this is neat, but never gets used.
Good day.
Okay, heavy gloves, please. They need to be magic. I can't craft a rare glove. Or if I can, then that's news to me. Godly heavy gloves of precision. Okay, thank you. One bow and crossbow. No good. It's too bad. Although expected, the expected result is no good. So that's fine. Do I need potions? No. It's already past my bedtime. I started recording past my bedtime. I've kind of, I figure, kind of like at some point, two things. One, if work is going to take so much of my time, then like I have to be out of the house for so long, then they're just going to have to deal with me being tired. If they want me to be well rested, then they shouldn't have me out of the house for that long. And then, today wasn't too bad. We got rained out and came home early. But in general, I'm out of the house minimum 12 hours and up to 16.
I am overburdened.
And then the other thing, and this one is I'm undecided on, is in the past I spent so much time doing time-wasting activities while tired. It's like, well, if I can do these things that are that I consider meaningless and bad, or at least not good, while tired, then I should be able to do good things, meaningful things while tired. And for me, making these videos qualifies as a good thing. Certainly some people would be like, what, you're still just playing a video game, it's a waste of time. And if I were doing this without posting them, then I would consider it a waste of time. Like if it's just me in my room doing this. But since it's me in my room posting online for other people to watch and then someday make ad pennies, then it's not meaningless. And other people can get some enjoyment out of my gameplay. So, I think it's interesting, you know, when I was a kid, my dad had a garden, and you know, people would sometimes ask, "Oh, do you want to, you know, be a farmer when you grow up, since you've done all these chores with gardening?" And oh no, I hate this. I would never be a farmer. And now, well, I'm not a farmer, but I take care of other people's plants for my job.
I am
I think
overburdened.
it's kind of funny. Additionally, there may come a point where I actually am a farmer. That's
I am overburdened.
not outside the realm of possibility. Vortex orb, sure, why not? Did I miss something? Don't think so. Anyway, what else?
Yes.
I didn't really do any cleaning. 3 lightning, 1 nova. A nova from high school statistics class. I remember that being a thing. I don't know anything about it. Because 1 nova is A nova, and there was like A nova statistics test. I took the AP statistics exam, and my graphing calculator got a 3 on the AP statistics exam. And then That was my junior year of high school. I scored a 3, a 2, and a 1 on my 3 AP tests. So not a great result. But then my senior year, I did much better on my AP tests. I got 55544.
I can't carry
I
anymore.
think that's right. Yeah, that's right. So a very nice result. Let's see, 5.5 on the AP Calculus BC exam. Let me go get rid of some of the stuff in my inventory. Another 5 on the AP Biology exam, which is interesting because it was supposed to be, or supposedly, it's like one of the harder AP exams, is the AP Biology exam. But our teacher taught above the curriculum, like, so the class was more challenging than the actual AP test. And in addition to that, in the 2 days before the AP test, I spent a total of 18 hours going through the textbook and looking at and reading the captions of every picture, the whole book. 9 hours one day and then 9 hours the next day. And so I went through the entire textbook and read every picture caption with every picture in 2 days. And then I scored a 5 on the test. I enjoyed, this will let you age me if you really want to try hard. So I'm 36, so now you don't have to try hard. I think I'm 36. Let's say I'm 36.
I can't carry anymore.
It's close enough anyway. On the AP test for the calculus, question 6 in the free response was I believe, a Taylor polynomial. Was it a sum or an expansion or a series? Something, one of those things, something like that. And you had to determine, does it converge or diverge? And if it diverges, does it go to plus or minus infinity? And if it converges, then what does it converge to? Why am I saying converge and not converge? Anyway, this was problem 6, so you can look it up. And year 2006 exam. And I didn't know how to do it. And so I thought, well, hey, you know, this is a calculus problem. So I have to pick whether it converges or diverges. And if it converges, what does it converge to? So let's think of some answers that, if I guess, could be potentially correct for calculus. Plus minus infinity, plus minus 1, 0, pi, or e. And if it's not one of those numbers, then I'm not going to be able to guess it. And so, of those, the easiest to solve for is 0. And so I set the whole thing equal to 0. Like, the first thing I wrote trying to work out that problem was equals 0 at the bottom of the page. This converges to 0. And 0 was the correct answer. And by turning it into an algebra problem by setting it equal to 0 rather than a calculus problem by trying to solve it, I was able to show my work and arrive at 0. That was probably my proudest test-taking moment ever. $12. I didn't notice that I had a Ghoul Lord in there. Yeah, that's my favorite test-taking story. I also, on that same test, I had memorized during the school year, and maybe some during the previous school year, but certainly during my senior year. I had memorized up to 136 digits of pi. And so in question 5, I wrote let pi equal, and then I wrote out 136 digits of pi while I was thinking. Like I was just kind of, mindlessly writing them down while brainstorming how to solve. I think actually how to solve problem 5. And like I drew a couple doodles, and then I correctly solved problem 5. It was that was I my academics peaked on the calculus AP test. I'll say that. And then it was all downhill from there. And now I mow lawns. Uh, but there's a potential future where I tell people who mow lawns what to do, and that is a much higher paying position than
I can't carry anymore.
being the mower. So that's fine. And I will be working towards that. Being the supervisor of the people in my current position. So. So anyway, that AP biology test was actually really easy for me for the 2 reasons I mentioned. The teacher teaching it at a higher level than the required curriculum, and then also going through the textbook captions in 2 days before the exam. My calculus teacher was shocked that I scored a 5.5 because I was a low A student all year, and I did 0 homework all year, and I came in for tutoring, I believe, 1 time before the AP test, and well, I didn't do 0 homework all year. I did the AP review packets that he gave us during my AP biology class, which was the class period before calculus. And so anything that I didn't finish, which was probably usually like half of the packet,
I can't carry
then that's what I didn't do. But then I did cram a lot for that test as well. And I went in for tutoring the day before to have him show me one of the 3 things from the curriculum that I had not figured out, which was long division of polynomials. And so I went into the test not knowing 2 things. Let's see, one of them was the Taylor series, and the other was polar, how to integrate polar, which we had not been taught. But we didn't have to do that in any of the 3 response questions, so we were okay. And then the 2 tests that I got 4s on were the AP Physics, can't remember if it was Physics B or Physics C, and then I took AP Chemistry. So my senior year was 6 electives and 1 mandatory for graduating course, which was government and economics. And so the electives were, let's see, I had AP Calculus, I had AP Biology, AP Chemistry, I had a class called Math Modeling, where we learned about fractals and chaos theory, as well as like basically using piecewise functions to model real world problems. And then I had Did I say AP Physics? And then Student Aid. And the Student Aid was for the Science Department. One semester I did Science Department, and then the second semester I did the nurse's office. So yeah, electives.
It is an honor to serve you.
I actually asked my mom if it would be okay for me to intentionally flunk government and economics for two reasons. One, if I flunked government and economics, then I could take more AP courses and get more college credits. And then, because I would have to take senior year again. And then two, and this would have been a really, like, a dick move. In my graduating class, I was rank 11. With my GPA, if I flunked government and economics and then took a bunch of AP courses and graduated with the year below me, I would have been their valedictorian. Can you imagine losing valedictorian to a guy who flunked on purpose so that he could be valedictorian? And my mom said that no, I was not allowed to do that. Okay, so this has gone pretty long, 32 minutes I'm at, so this will be the last run for this batch. I think the only interesting or potentially interesting item I kept was that Magic Find Lifesteal, so I'll probably just make that ring the thumbnail. And these guys are spooky. They've almost killed me twice. What a last run, man. So I hope you enjoyed my AP test stories. They are true to the best of my recollection. Do I need to gamble? Not quite. I mean, yes, but not quite. Okay, we'll get this one, and then this one, and then jump to town. Someone had asked me if I could post the finds at the end of the video, and since there's only one, I'll just make it the thumbnail and hope that they're happy with that. Okay. Good stuff.